Alright, we're talking about counter bores of the assignment we did the other day, and we're going to draw this diameter of 0.25 at a depth of 1 inch. So in Inventor, I have a block that is 5 inches by 3 inches and a height of 2 inches. And I just made this hole at that 0.25 diameter using my hole icon up here. So I'm going to undo and show you that I first created a center line by sketching on this surface and getting my line tool and snapping to the center of this spot and drawing a line all the way across the other side so it's in the direct middle of that top view. Then we're going to use this point marker and click a spot on the center line where the hole will be located. After we do that, we say Finish Sketch, and we go into the hole marker, and we're going to say a drilled hole, and the distance is not through all, but we're going to change it to a specific stopping distance of 1 inch, and the size is 0.25. And then if I click this icon, it will make that 0.25 hole, and that will be our 0.25 1 inch down. Now if I want to do the counter bore, I would make my counter bore symbol and my depth to this information and my smaller hole at 0.5. So back in Inventor, if this were the spot, I would switch it to counter bore. I would make my top number that 0.75, and it went down, looking at my worksheet here, it goes down 0.38. So I type in 0.38 there, and the inside diameter was 0.5, and it went down 1.13. So type in here 1.13. Okay, and there's that counter bore there. If I want to see what that counter bore looks like, I can go to my View palette, Visual Styles, and go to Wireframe, and I can see through that area. And there's that counter bore. Okay. If I go back to Rendered View and I sketch on this surface, let's draw the next guy in. I have my center line here. And I'm going to get another plus sign and just come over to this space over here. Finish that sketch. It should have a plus sign right there. Go to 3D Model, go to Hole, and we're going to do this. Show you these two options. This one here is a 1/4 inch 20 UNC, meaning it's threaded or tapped, and it's a class 2B, and it goes down 0.63. So we'll do that guy. I'm going to go to just my regular hole, and then I have to choose this option, which is tapped. It may take a minute to register and calculate and pull up your options. Once it finally comes up, you want to make sure that's selected, and you should see these options. So I want my immediately go to size of that screw threads and change that to 0.25. There's 0.25. It should say a 1/4 inch 20 UNC. That's the most common thread, a very common one. There's 20 threads per inch. And then we're going to change how far down the threads go to 0.63. And you can change this to 0.63 also to show the threads go all the way down through that. And then we can hit OK. And then I can choose my center mark over here and hit OK, and you should see that these are threaded. Okay. Now, just to show you quickly what it could have been, if I do the countersink, go back into my hole option, change to countersink, and let's look at the paper, and it says the countersink is a 0.5 diameter and a 0.25 inside hole. So we're going to go into Inventor and change this to 0.5, the smaller size, make sure you're not on tapped, it's just a regular hole, and it is 0.5, and it is 0.25, and I believe it goes down 1 inch. And then we choose our center mark we want that to go, and it should be cone shaped, and those the settings for your counter sync.